you're here. Good. I'll head upstairs first, and you join me in a bit. You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this lucky coin's in my hands, it'll do as it's told. Before I toss the coin, I'll get our guy to bet heads or tails. Then it's your turn to bet. Now remember, if I touch my chin, you bet heads. If I touch my forehead, you go for tails.
Hello. Are you waiting for someone? As long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome here.
This table's From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like an attractive place to settle. Perhaps I might have to make the move here after all. All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. Truly tedious. The reason I left home in the first place was because I was reluctant to simply live off of my inheritance.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich, living off of the family fortune must feel like the dullest existence in the world.
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see we got here first? They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them. Very well, I'll make an exception for you this one time.
So, my friend, what's your name?
Here is the tea that you ordered. Please enjoy.
Ugh, this tea is... never mind. Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and insightful conversation. I consider it good fortune that I encountered such a refined gentleman as yourself so far from home.
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you for your generosity.
You there. I'll get yours too. Oh, you can't tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations. I got bored sitting around at home and decided to set off on a journey to expand my horizons. The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. I've half a mind to buy a waterfront property here so I can come vacationing every year. That would be quite nice. If the family would spare me a little loose change, I could even invest in an antique shop or two so I have something to do during the day. And the point of life is to enjoy yourself. If something makes me happy, it's worth every mora.
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite a large sum of mora as far as the common woman is concerned. It's understandable that our friend over here feels out of her league.
The name's Albert, surname Rich, but only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich. Now that we're so well acquainted, Mr. Bai, please just call me Albert.
Albert does have a nice ring to it. It is my honor to become friends with someone of your caliber.
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you handsomely, of course. Naturally, board and lodging would be included. And I could pay you in the region of 50,000 mora per day?
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to take your mora. We're both men of character. The pleasure of your ongoing acquaintance shall be ample reward in itself. To join a noble gentleman on his travels is a rare opportunity. Please, let me draft up an exact itinerary. I'll make sure to give you the experience of a lifetime.
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Which clan did you say you were with? The Hoo-Ha clan or something? Goo-Ha, huh? Strange choice of name. Gotta say, I've been in Liyue for a while now. This is the first I'm hearing of them. I guess they're one of these obscure ones who keep to themselves.
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions in Liyue. It's only natural that you haven't become acquainted with all of them.
Ha, fair enough. Still, weird name. Bet they have some even weirder practices. Seriously though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people performing a few tricks down at the wharf. Is it that kind of thing? I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Young lady, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't you loosen up and enjoy the free drink?
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face? All right then. What if I say your bill is mine and don't let you pay?
Please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. Yinchang Tea House is no venue for a duel. We'll all get escorted right out the door. You young people have hot tempers, I understand that. But there's no need to come to blows over a few words taken to heart when there are far more diplomatic ways to resolve the dispute.
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll get the check for the three of us if you lose. It's not that I care about the Mora. After all, I offered to pay for everyone's drinks in the first place. No, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for three if you win. Fine. You can have your apology if you win, but on one condition. We'll do the best of three, and the winner pays for the table.
Well, as long as you're no longer raring to fight, peace begets wealth, as the elders used to say.
Why do you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this gal for a sec. We don't want her to think you're stingy.
But I wasn't even a part of your argument.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side are you on here?
Of course, I'm on,
And anyway, it's no big deal if you win. It's just a few cups of tea after all, so you can just take it from your fees as my guide.
All right then. I suppose it's not all that different from the dice.
All right, now we're talking. Okay, now that we've agreed on the rules, how should we do this coin toss? After all, a Mora coin looks the same on both sides. Well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the count.
Young lady, I can see that you haven't spent... I, too, only met this Mondstadt millionaire by... In the real world, you young people...
Just so we're clear, let's say the marked side is heads, and the unmarked side is tails. Everyone has to pick a side before the coin toss. Oh, and no takebacks. We should also take turns tossing the coin.
Sounds fair to me. Why don't you do the first toss, Albert?
All right, then, I'll start us off. Here we... Oh, wait, I nearly forgot to collect everyone's bets. Mr. Bai, heads or tails?
I suppose the choice is arbitrary.
Let me think. I'll also go with tails.
Oh, darn, I won.
I won as well. Guess there might be a formal apology in the cards after all. I have a suggestion. If one of us loses twice in a row, they should get knocked out while the other two carry on playing to decide the winner. Otherwise, with three of us playing, it'll start to get difficult to keep track of who's won the most. I flipped the coin last time, so why don't you go next? I don't want you blaming my coin tossing.
Now just wait a second, my dear.
Oh?
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If Albert loses this round and this young lady wins, you'll be well, that's not my only consideration either. In dice games, people use all sorts. If Albert wins the next round, and if that happens only for you to... A purely hypothetical scenario, of course.
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai. Looks like I chose the right person to be my guide. Here, take it.
A rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. Yeah, this one seems perfectly normal to me, however.
What's your bet this time, Mr. Bai?
I'll stick with tails.
Tails, huh? Well, you seem to have a feel for this, so I guess I'll match your bet again this round. Tails it is.
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The three of us are now tied.
Well, here you go.
It's a...
That's what makes it fun, isn't it? Anyway, there's no need to stress.
You make a good point.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess. Not that the outcome matters either way to me. I won't even notice the more's gone.
Why did it have to be heads? This whole thing started me...
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. What a miserly person. Do as you please.
But, Albert, all the fun of gambling is in the stakes involved.
Oh, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it simple, shall we?
Sure.
Well, here's the coin. Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you guessed the same as me?
All right, all right. Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me today after all.
Look at you getting so giddy over some chump change. It's like you've never gambled.
Well, and that...
Sure. Let's up this. What, 50,000? But that's
All right.
great. Then I'll bet heads. Heads.
Tails. Oh, how unfortunate. I shouldn't... Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but...
Advance payment? Sorry.
This day, just getting back...
Just 50,000? That's not what we...
Huh? What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't. The amount was...
1 million? Are you insane?
I'm being perfectly serious. I know what...
You're lying through your teeth. Huh? What the... I'm not... Oh, I see. I never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere... Huh? Do you have any idea... Well, don't you try to celebrate just... Do you really think that nobody else... Frauds! Frauds, I say!
What is going on here? If you can't abide by our rules, you're not well.
Wait, don't throw me out!
Well, let's take this somewhere else. I don't. Okay, you two.
Gladly. He's making up completely spurious. He won 250,000 from me, then another 800,000 from the both of us. Now he's refused.
Okay, so after settling up, a total of 1 million mora should have changed hands.
It's a complete pack of lies!
Sorry to interrupt you all, but your witness.
Oh, thank goodness you're finally here. What took you so long? That old...
Leave me out of this. I want nothing to do with gambling.
Our new owner laid down the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye towards casual game. Return any winnings to the party you took them from, and we'll say that none of this ever happened.
Why should I have to give them any
Oh, but I think you do. 2 investments?
You...
Halberd! Fang!
Please don't.
This was never your mora to begin with. What did you think, Captain Wu?
Yes, everything.
Woo. This was along with that blonde one. I know where you live.
Who'd be scared of a...
Well, let's see how...
Oh, look at that. He figured it.
Don't you two get cocky.
My apologies for having to leave this question until you'd vacate. I noticed that all the guests on the second floor were present before you took your seats, then left almost... Would I be correct in saying you were looking to set this
Wait, so you saw through...
Under normal circumstances, we would never tolerate a scheme like this taking place on our... However, I understand that our owner holds the traveler in high regard, and must...
Ah, as I thought. When you're operating on someone else's... Over to you, brave hero. You're the one...
Okay. I understand the situation now.
Well, Captain Wu, remember what I promised you? What do you think? Angry and frustrated enough for you?
Excuse me, coming through. Yes, that's him all right.
Wait! What's your evidence?
You can't talk your way out of this one. You're already suspected of defrauding multiple victims out of smaller amounts, and does the plaintiff have any witnesses? If so, you got tangled up in this too, huh? In that case, please come with me. Don't worry, we won't take-
Hey, keep your hands off me!
Thank you so much.
Well, I have an idea. We originally came here to do some sightseeing. Anywhere you'd recommend we go before the...
Let me think. Now, where would I want to go?
Sounds fun to me. Let's go.
Brace yourself.
Well, this was certainly an eventful end to my trip. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Wouldn't be much of a lucky coin if it had. Besides, I already taught you how to become attuned to it. You still need some practice to master the technique, but luckily it decided to play nice and spare us any more complications. A better question to ask might be, what do I do to make this coin happy to work with me and show me whichever side I wish? My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time I toss it into the air. If it finds my joke funny, then it cooperates with me. Of course, this whole arrangement hinges on a pre-existing amount of trust between the two of us. I can't just get any strange coins to listen to me. Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin, but it didn't matter. A good gambler always keeps their options open. You have to have a contingency plan for when the odds are against you. So when I went to the counter, I marked a regular coin as well as my trick one. That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick coin. But it also meant that we wouldn't be able to control the result of that round. But hey, what does it matter? The fact that he made things a little more challenging only made it all the more exciting to watch him slowly but surely fall into our trap. Especially listening to him warn us about the possibility of a rigged coin right as we were scamming him. That was my favorite part. As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, it was always going to end up with him paying. Unless, of course, he'd had some other tricks up his sleeve that we hadn't thought of. Then things would have gotten really interesting.
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no intellectual, so I would never have been able to come up with a plan like this. Even when you described it to me, I only understood parts of it. Well, I may not be the smartest guy around, But one thing I do know is this. One should always return tenfold the help that they've received from others. We were just ordinary acquaintances. You had no reason to help me as much as you did. If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, anything at all, please let me know. You can always count on me. I guarantee it.
Oh? You seem agitated. Are you worried about owing me yet another favor? There are two kinds of people who owe me favors. One is my friends, and the other my informants. My informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them, no questions asked. The question is, which kind of person do you want to be? Ah, and you're torn again. Too afraid to ask to be my friend, but also daunted by the dangers inherent in becoming my informant. Well, it's okay, because I just thought of a fun and easy way to get us out of this impasse. Let's do a coin toss. This is the regular coin I prepared for the contingency plan when I was borrowing a pen from the bar. Not the lucky one that does what I tell it to. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call. May the Lord of Geo decide.
So, was it heads or tails?
What do you think? What does your heart tell you?
I understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude. No, that's a little too formal. What I'm trying to say is, here, your fishing rods, my friends.